Hey everybody. In the last video, we focused on divine power, which we discovered is God's grace, God's power working in us and through us. If you didn't watch the video on divine power, you should go back and watch it. I'll put the link in the description. In this video, we're still unpacking 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 3. We're not moving forward yet. We are going to slow down to make sure the words Peter uses are actually understood, not just assumed. Today, we're going to look at one word that is often misunderstood, overgeneralized, or flattened into something vague. The word is godliness. So, this is the text 2 Peter 1, verse 3. His divine power has given us everything we need for life and godliness. So, what does he mean by that word, godliness? When most people hear the word godliness, they think of a general idea, being more holy, being more moral, or more like God. While that sounds reasonable, it's also imprecise. Peter is not speaking in generalities here, he's being specific. The Greek word Peter uses for godliness is eusebeia. It translates as a person's inner response to the things of God, what God has done for us, which shows itself in outwardly expression. Here's the key point. Godliness is not a generic response. It is very specific. Godliness is not merely becoming like God in general. It is responding to God in the particular way that He has designed you to serve. In His mercy, He gave us a gift. The gift that He gave us was grace, His power working in us and through us. And let me clarify this point. The gifts are not generalized, and so our responses are not generalized. Think of it like this. When we receive Christ, God hands each one of us a gift. It is not a generic gift. It is a gift that is specifically tailored toward us. So then, godliness is how we treat that gift. In other words, how we cherish it, how we develop it, how we use it. That is godliness, our inner response that shows in outward expressions. This is where the idea of passion comes in. Godliness fuels passion, not emotional hype, but direction. We should be passionate about using the gifts that He has given us. While grace supplies power, the gift, godliness supplies motivation, the direction. It is the internal pull toward the things of God that align with how you are gifted. That's why godliness looks different from person to person. One believer may be driven toward teaching, another toward service, another toward leadership, mercy, encouragement, etc. The source is the same, grace, but the expression is different. Godliness is the inward response that gives rise to those expressions. If godliness is misunderstood as a vague command just to be a better person, people become frustrated. They strive without direction. They compare themselves to others. They mistake activity for productivity, especially in regard to spiritual gifting. But when godliness is understood as a spirit formed response tied to gifting, clarity begins to emerge. Purpose starts to take shape. Scattered activity becomes passionate productivity. In this video, we're only defining godliness. Later in this study, we'll return to godliness in much greater depth. We'll explore how it matures, how it is tested, and how it is strengthened over time. For now, it's enough to understand this. Godliness is the inner response to grace that directs a believer toward their spirit-given passion. So, just to sum this up, God supplies the power, to his grace. Our response, godliness, supplies the direction, the passion.